Here we go. It is Genghis, our Norwegian, qualifying round number 4. Get into it. Dean Riddick doing the navigational duties here. So what can our man from Norway do? At the moment, it is the B driver who's got the chocolates on this. Who is the A driver? It is Genghis. Is he gonna maraud through Europe? Well, as his namesake marauded through Europe, will he maraud through New Zealand? Will he take the win for the wonderful world of sports over there in Norway? So Genghis, the man of the moment in the 2 abreast machine. Dean Riddick doing the navigational duties. Oh, he's nailed the hairpin that time. Well, he got around it. I wouldn't say nailed it, but he got around it. Love to see these guys making this trip specially for the TV show, especially to have a go at this extreme sport. And Genghis has dropped about 8 seconds off his last time and produces a 59.153. So a very positive run for the A driver of 2 abreast. Nick Candish supplying the boat. The man from Wanganui does a lot of work with the Novus Auto Class machine. And when the Norwegians said that they wanted to come out here and have a play, Nick Candish said, I'll tell you what, I've got a boat that's sitting in the shed that will be perfect for these guys. So a big thank you to Nick Candish for coming on board and supplying this vessel for that wonderful world of sports. We now go to Andrew Craig and Scott Gooman, the pairing from Balclutha. The boat is 3rd time lucky. What can these South Islanders produce? Boat just a little bit porpoisey in the crosswash. That won't wipe any time off. Just unsettles the driver and the navigator. Oh, a little bit untidy in that crosswash. They were there last time as well. That boat just not handling that section of rough water. Or you heard the engine rev limiter hitting there. These boats have got a limit so you don't over rev them and blow them up. And that was the rev limiter hitting there while the boat was just trying to get grip. The jet unit just trying to hook back up again. So now into the sweeper and heading to the finish line and across the line in a 53.847. So it's qualifying round number 4 for the Mike's Transport Warehouse Group B category. Well, she's starting to warm up. An interesting day here in the Naki, isn't it? I've seen people putting jumpers on, or jerseys as you call them here, aren't they? Isn't it? They're putting jackets on, jackets off, jackets on, jackets on, jackets off. It's been an interesting day. I've seen, don't think I've seen that many clothes come on and off since, well, actually that analogy I was thinking of is probably not one that I can mention. All right, Carl Brensel on the hoof. Hamish Murray, another pairing from the south of New Zealand, down there on the South Island. The farmer and the motorcycle mechanic, they have been doing very well here today. This jet speed hull developed and built by Eric Bright down there on the South Island, and indeed in conjunction with Richard Burt. So these guys really know their way around, and this boat just looking fantastic. And really, a bit of a hesitation into that right hand, and that little bit of a flip-flop section through there caught him a little bit unaware. Probably not the pace that we'd like to see out of Carl, so just they're not quite on it at the moment. But remember, this is only qualifying round number 4. Plenty to go before they get into the top 3, and that is what they'll be aiming for, with the ultimate ideal of the top step on the podium in the final run for the line now. Carl Brensel And Hamish Murray across the line at a 53.747, 53.747. Their sponsors, West Otago On-Farm Servicing, Kinross Farms, Superboats / DGH Spraying, and Central Heli Work. Big effort for these guys to come up from the South Island. By the way, we will be having our final round down there at Waitara on the South Island on the Easter weekend. It is the Easter Saturday. I will just get back to you with the date on that one. It will be, hang on a second, it will be April the 8th. So Sam Gray coming out on the water now. The fisherman from Cardigan, Mike Allen from the Wairapa, Nine Lives Racing, HRE, Giants Oils, PSS, Wairapa, Barron Farming. So, and away they go, Sam Gray. This Stinger hull sits quite high on the water. These varying manufacturers, they have different designs. So the Sprint Techs sit quite low. You see the Stingers sit quite high, and the Jet Speed is generally sort of somewhere in the middle. Each of these manufacturers, different ideas, different outcomes, but still just at the top of the game. So, nicely done in there, the big ease off. He ran it wide, opened that apex right up and got away with it there beautifully with Sam Gray in his qualifying round number 4 for the Mike's Transport Warehouse Group A category. So Sam Gray, Mike Allen across the line, and a 51.565 for Nine Lives Racing, 51.565. So they'll be happy with that. They did have a navigational error earlier in the day. That was in Q1, so they have got it sorted right out now. That's what we like to see. Are you having fun up on the hill there, ladies and gentlemen? No, we'll try that again. You can make some noise if you like. Are you having fun up on the hill, ladies and gentlemen? That is much, much better. How good is jet sprinting? I think this is the best water sport in the world. And you are going to see an example of that right now. Bryson Kylie Barron, LJ Hooker, Group B, qualifying round number 4, and these pairings have been going flat out, as you see right from the very start, laying it all on the line. The pairing from Cardigan for LJ Hooker, last time out. They were on pace but made a mistake. This time, there is no such mistake thus far. So, got off the power there, worked out. They're better off easing out through that crosswash there. What's he going to do here? The big ease off as well, but he got around smoothly, didn't wash a lot of time off. So far, this is a very tidy run here from Bryce and Kylie Barron. Well thought through process. Yeah, that's a nice little lap there from the LJ Hooker team with a 52.399. Sam Gray still leading the charge in this qualifying round number 4. So, Craig Shaw has only showed up for one lap thus far. Bent a valve. So that is the end of the day for Craig Shaw. That and Paul Collier, that is absolutely devastating. Bent a valve. Very, very disappointing way to end the day. We're still waiting for Chris Rasmussen, and the B driver of the two abreast is Nikolai Ram. So the competition between the Norwegians is red hot, but the competition between the rest of the field is red hot as well. So it's Chris Rasmussen, Holly Sutherland in the professionals. Of course, they are your locals here. So if you want real estate advice, get down there and have a chat to Chris Rasmussen, the real estate agent, Holly Sutherland, the legal executive. So have a look at Chris Rasmussen here. This is a sprint tech hull for Professionals Real Estate, Steve Hildred Motors, Max Pennington's Auto City, Attraction Sign and Design, Elite Kitchens, and Total Paint Supplies. Keeping a very close eye on him because this guy will nail this hairpin. Oh, eased off a little bit, surprised me. I thought he would have gone a bit harder at that, but that's all right. It is still qualifying round number 4. The battle of the real estate agents in this Group B category with Sam Gray, the fisherman, in there as the spoiler. Oh, very tight around the sweeper. So Chris Rasmussen there with a 51.321. So it is Chris Rasmussen leading the charge by 0.3 from Sam Gray. Then it is Bryce Barron about 0.8 behind. Then Carl Brensel, Andrew Craig. And then, of course, Genghis. But what will Nikolai, the B driver, provide here? So while there is the battle of the Norwegians, Nikolai, he will want to be getting into the area where we find Andrew Craig and Carl Brensel. Can he bring it down some 4 or 5 seconds? Trying to see down there the camera crew following every move. Aaron Riddick, he's got the green gloves on, the go fast gloves as the navigator. Nikolai behind the wheel, qualifying round at number 4. The pace is coming on just that little bit. They're starting to develop some confidence here. Nice tight line around the left-hander. These guys, for rookies who've only ever seen this sport on television, are doing incredibly well. They would have had the advice from every single racer, every navigator, anybody who's ever seen this sport, everybody telling them what to do, and yet they're carving their own path. Oh, a couple of bites around that hairpin, but that's not too bad at all. I'm just blown away by these guys. So Nikolai, he wants to be the emperor of Norway. And at the moment, it's looking the goods for him. Nikolai into the 58.607. And he is quicker than Genghis. So at the moment, it is 3 out of 4 for Nikolai. Genghis 1. So this is getting tight for those guys. Well, we've got some racers up here near the commentary tower, and they must be a little bit hot in their race suits because they're starting to nude up. And Ross Travers just there with that brand new race suit. He's looking splendiferous and out there looking like he's been near a swimming pool. All right, we are now reset our timing to qualifying round number 4 for our LS category, and this will be pretty good. We are getting